Star Canadian running back Brady Oliveira joins us, and you're not only a star football player now, you're an actor, essentially. Tell us about your new show on CBC.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It was a kind of a whirlwind of emotions when we found out we were going to be filming this TV show. So it comes out April 20th. It's called Must Love Dogs on CBC and CBC Gem. It kind of gives you a real insight of what dog rescue looks like, the work that we do with across northern Manitoba with a bunch of different organizations in Winnipeg. Gives you a glimpse of the football season from training camp to the ups and downs, the injury that I dealt with my shoulder last season, and the raw emotions of losing that playoff game in Montreal when the camera crew was there kind of documenting everything. And then our life in Winnipeg, kind of our favorite spots. You'll see our favorite spa that we go to on a weekly basis called Thermea. Our life with our dogs. It's kind of everything. So I'm really excited about season 1 of Must Love Dogs, April 20th on CBC and CBC Gem.
What was that like for you to not only be a professional athlete and play a whole regular season and into the playoffs, as you alluded to, but also be shooting this show?
Yeah, I definitely think it was a bit of a learning curve at first when we started. I was lucky enough that we started filming this in April before the season started, so I was extremely busy before training camp started. So I had to kind of manage, okay, well, how am I going to balance this moving forward when the season does start? And again, I think I have an amazing support system, obviously with my family, with my girlfriend, them being able to take certain things off my plate and understanding that, okay, it's football, and I need to put all my energy and focus into this, which I absolutely did. I still think I was able to perform at a high level every single game while filming a TV show that not many people knew I was doing, which was a full-time job in its own sense, you know? So I think I did a great job of managing that. But again, I think I owe it to the people around me. I had a great support system. And like, honestly, my girlfriend, Alex, took so much off my plate, which allowed me to, play at a high level and while also filming a full reality TV show.
You mentioned the shoulder injury that you dealt with. Are you fully behind that, back to 100%?
Yeah, totally back to 100%. It's pretty cool with this show. I haven't seen all the episodes, so I don't know exactly everything they're going to be showing about it, but I definitely remember the scenes that were shot. There was definitely a behind the scenes, getting treatment with needles in my shoulder and me kind of talking through it, how I'm feeling in that moment. And the weeks as they've gone on, like the percentage that I'm feeling, where my headspace is at, me trying to rush the injury is definitely what I was trying to do last season, and hearing people around me voice their concerns and opinions about my overall health and longevity. So it's pretty cool that you get a true insight, and this Must Love Dogs is going to give that to you. And but yeah, my shoulder feels 100%. Definitely spent a lot of time, and we'll continue this off season of kind of working on those small muscles around around my shoulder, so that doesn't happen again. Even though it was a fluke incident, and things like that just happen. And we do play a very contact sport in football, right? So
you did tell me also that the show captures some of the uncertainty that you went through in the offseason because your contract was set to expire in February, but you signed a big money extension with the team. So what does the show capture, and also how did you approach that process?
Yeah, it's again gives such real, genuine responses in this. And when we started filming the show, Alex and I very much wanted to be ourselves, and I think that's how you get the most amazing product. It's like you're going to get the most real side of us, and definitely from start to finish with the show, as you'll see in episode 1, there's talks about my contract is up. I have to play out this year, and I have to also have a very good season in hopes to earn another contract with Winnipeg. It's you're very much year to year in this industry. It's if you performance based business, if you perform, I think I say in the show, if you perform, you get paid. If you don't perform, you don't get paid. It's simple as that, right? And I talk about that early in the season. And then obviously that uncertainty that we chat about. There's a scene where Alex and I are, season's done. Dembski is actually in one of the rescues, and we're in the car driving on a rescue in December, and we're like, dude, what's going to happen? Both our contracts are up. So you see that in the show. And then there's a scene where Alex and I are walking our dogs on an adventure, and it's like, okay, well, what's next? Maybe we have to get up and move and go somewhere else and play. What's that look like? So you kind of see all those conversations and hear all that. And then, conversations with my agent on the phone of what he's hearing, what's going on, what the negotiation talks are like. And then ultimately, the reaction of me finding out that I'm going to sign a 3-year contract, and the film crew following me to the stadium, and I got my dog there with me, Gunner, and signed the whole contract, and that's all documented. And again, this shows a whirlwind of emotions. It's a roller coaster, and you kind of get to see every side of it.
It's a big money deal, $290,000 in 2026, and then $300,000 for the final 2 seasons. The last time that your contract was set to expire, you pushed it further along. Did you ever even want to entertain that this time around? Because the last time around, there was some big money offers from rival CFL teams.
Yeah, especially as I'm getting older and I'm going into year 7, I definitely very much know where I want to end this thing off. And it's definitely with Winnipeg, and I think for me I've shown how consistent I've been week in, week out, year after year, and I definitely just wanted to be compensated properly, and just kind of just to show their respect as well, like, hey, we appreciate what you do for this organization, not just on the field but off the field as well, in the community. So when we were able to get a deal done quickly, and I knew that this is a very respectable offer, I knew that I didn't need to go and engage in the market out there, because I was very much happy and pleased with what they offered me, and understood that, yeah, maybe could I go get a little bit more? I mean, no one will ever know now, right? But I was happy with what the team offered me, and at the end of the day, this is where I wanted to be. Obviously, I got a lot going on in Winnipeg, and my family's there, businesses are there, filming the TV show. So yeah, life is good for me in Winnipeg, and playing for my hometown. I mean, dream come true.
You blew up the running back market in terms of compensation, like jumped it forward in a huge way. And yes, the added caveat is that you are Canadian. That obviously factored into Winnipeg's decision as well. But how impactful do you think that is for other running backs in the Canadian Football League?
Yeah, I was saying there is so many amazing running backs in this league that do a very good job that could single-handedly be the featured back. Like, if you have a back like that, of course you need to have a little bit of insurance, because again, we do play a very physical sport in the running back position. You're getting hit every single play. There's so many guys in this league that can be that featured back. You don't need to worry about another guy. They showed year after year that they're consistent, they're durable. So I think what this is allowing the market to do is like, okay, well, Brady's getting this number. He's showing his consistency. He's durable. I'm also trying to do the same thing. Well, I think it's going to allow guys to earn more money. And at the end of the day, our shelf life is so short. So you can't fault players for trying to get the most money that they can possibly earn in their short career, right? So for me, if I can reset the market, which obviously I did it again, if that can allow guys, next year and the year after that to try and get close to that number, then it's a win-win. It's amazing. And obviously with the salary cap increasing and the shared revenue that we have with the CFLPA, I think that's only better for everyone,
You said you're going into year 7, which is far and beyond the average shelf life for a running back in any professional league. By the time this contract is over, if my math is right, it would be 9 seasons in the CFL. How long do you want to play?
Yeah, I've definitely chatted to, my people, my family, my girlfriend, my loved ones, about what this will look like moving forward. Obviously, I'm going to play out this 3-year contract that'll take me to 31 years old. A goal of mine has always been to play 10 seasons. I think it's every football player kind of has that in mind. It's that, play a decade as a pro. It's a very hard feat, to accomplish. And I think that's definitely that I have in mind. At the end of the day, it's always going to be about, okay, after this 3-year contract, how's my body feel first and foremost? If I still feel good, okay, well, do I still love the game? And if I still love the game and I still have that passion and I still enjoy the process that comes with it, because of course everyone wants to play on game day, but what about getting up early in the morning, doing your speed workouts, going to the gym, all the off-season routine that comes with being a good pro? Do I still want to do that? If so, I would like to sign back with Winnipeg. And if it's not with Winnipeg, I don't need to go anywhere else, man.
So it's Winnipeg, retiring as a Bomber.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I want to retire as a Bomber. Totally on the record. That's definitely where I want to play. I think obviously with signing a longer term deal, that puts me with 9 years with that team. For me to go somewhere else for what, maybe 2 more seasons, like what is that going to do for me? I think that actually maybe negatively affects my legacy as well. I would say. I think if I can stay with the same club, be loyal to that organization, and retire a Bomber, I mean, I think that's amazing. That would be a dream come true for me as well.
Were you able to access the benefit of getting part of your salary guaranteed in the final year?
Yeah, I got guaranteed money in the last 2 years. I believe it is. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that pretty much locks you in there for the duration of that deal.
Yeah, so obviously I got a signing bonus in the first year, and then guaranteed money in year 2 and year 3, which gives me that security, understanding that okay, I can see myself. I will most likely, be here for the next 3 years for sure, and then whatever that looks like after that. So that was definitely when I was going through negotiations, and the conversations I had with my agent. It wasn't necessarily going after all the money, because like I said, if I wanted that, I would have tested the market and seen, from my past experiences from other negotiations 2 years prior, I got all these massive offers. It's like, well, I could have pushed that if the money was all and be all. It wasn't for me. For me, one of the most important things in negotiations was, okay, show me the respect by a respectful offer, and show me that loyalty by giving me guaranteed money. And and they didn't flinch, and they were like, absolutely. And when they then did that, I was like, okay, it was the best negotiations that I've ever been a part of, because the last one I went through, I definitely saw the business side of things, and it sucks, but it's the reality of the industry that we're in. And this time around, it was so seamless, so easy, and just very thankful that they came to me with a very respectful offer. And I think it showed, how much they appreciate what I do for the organization.
Bombers fans have to be excited. Brady Oliveira locked in, wants to retire in Winnipeg. Thanks for the time, man.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.